Hello class and welcome to our 12th lecture series on Managerial Accounting, and I'm your instructor, Dr. Jamel. So in our previous lecture, we were talking about the ABC, the activity-based costing. So I'm not going into the basic introduction, but some of the concept that link to our previous lecture. So I'm going to be repeating that one. So let's have a quick review. So we talked about how to assign a cost using first stage allocation. So what we have learned in our previous lecture that this is a different method to allocate cost. Up till now, we have studied the relevant costing. We have studied the job order costing, and then we have studied variable costing, right? Traditional costing. But this costing is unique in a way that it not only include some of the direct part and some of the indirect part as well. So basically, the costing that we talked about, the manufacturing cost, that it includes direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overhead, right? And then there is a non-manufacturing cost, which is period cost, and which is marketing cost and admin cost. So the ABC is a totally new concept, and they say, and the ABC consultant, they categorize any cost into 5 activities, whether this is related to batch, product level, batch level, departmental level, organizational learning level, and sustainability level, right? So according to them, every part, for example, the non-manufacturing part also included in the product cost, like direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. So they not only included the manufacturing cost, but also some of the non-manufacturing costs into the product cost, ABC product cost. We'll see. So I'm not going into the basic details. So every category of the cost is divided into at least 5 categories. Some also say 4 categories, but mostly 5 categories. It can be more than that, but it depends on the ABC allocation, whether you allocate to cost to 5, to 6, or to 4. It's up to you. So let's just talk about the first stage allocation. In the first stage allocation, throughout this chapter, we will be going through the Baxter battery example. So you've seen we have a manufacturing and non-manufacturing cost rate. So remember, direct material and direct labor is the same because it is easy to calculate, right? The things happen when we have manufacturing overhead. So all the methods, whether this is relative costing, whether it is variable costing, traditional costing, job order costing, the focal point is to allocate the overhead, right? Because it is a tricky, it's really hard to trace, right? So that's why all these methods are developed to allocate the overhead cost. So in ABC overhead costing or in ABC costing, overheads are first divided into 5 categories. So each activity is divided into 5 categories, right? So for example, this production department, indirect factory wages, factory equipment depreciation, factory utilities, factory building lease. So you see here, they are divided into 5 activities or 5 cost pools: customer orders, design change, order size, customer relation, and other. Right? So it means indirect factory wages, and gladly this all percentages will be given to you. So how this is calculated, it's a little bit more advanced level. Let me minimize this video screen, otherwise I cannot see here. Here we go. So these all are, we have a sophisticated formulas, some statistics involved in that. So gladly at this point, it will be given to you. So see, indirect factory wages, they have divided it into 5 categories at how much indirect factory wages belong to customer orders, 30%, design changes, 30%, order size, 20%, customer relation, 10%, and other 10%. Right? So first stage allocation is, first of all, you find out the cost pools. So these are the cost pools that you divide each activity into 5 different activities, and then you just multiply it with the numbers. So if you see that 30% of indirect factory wage applicable to customer orders is 1.8 million, right? Which means 6 million multiplied by 30% here. So you just fill out the numbers, that's it, right? To find out cost pools. Cost pool of customer order is equal to, you add on vertical basis. So total in indirect factory wages, it is 6 million, and it is divided into 5 categories, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So how much is the customer orders on each activities here, on each cost here? So cost pools are created like this. So total number of customer orders are, the cost associated to customer orders are now 4.52 million. Design changes 3.04 million. Order size 5.2 million. Customer relation, you just add it here, 3.08 million, and other 6.16 million. Right? So you see the total is the same. The overhead total is the same. If you go back here, so overhead is 222 million. We have divided this 22 million into 5 activities. And what are the cost of these 5 activities? Is the cost pools that we have created through vertical addition. Here we go. Right? So in our previous class, we have done this first stage allocation. All you need to do, these are the cost and these are the cost drivers, cost pools based on 4 activities. So all you need to do, you need to find out the first stage allocation, which means just multiply this accordingly and you can find out the cost pools here. So I have pasted the answer here. So these are the cost pools. Right? So let's go towards the second stage allocation, which is you need to find out the rate, cost pool activity rate. So now every activity has given the driver cost. So here we go. Customer orders are based on number of orders. Design changes are based on number of design changes. Order size is based on machine hours. Customer relation is based on number of customers. Right? So these are called cost driver. Those costs which actually drive this cost. What are the basis or what are the denominator of these costs? Denominator or drivers, right? So this cost pool customer order is based on number of orders. How many number of orders? 10,000 number of orders are given here. So you divide this by 10,000. So it means if you receive one order, it means $452 is the cost of per order to receive one order, right? One order. Design changes. If some customer applied specific logo or something, right? It took $760 per change. Order size 6.50 per machine hour. It means on 1 hour of machine hour, 6.5, are dollars are are spent on per machine hour, right? If the order took 800,000 hours, the cost gonna be 5.2 million, right? Per hour of machine running, $6.5. And then customer relation, you will spend $1,540 per customer to maintain the customer, to have a relation with the customer. And this others, which is not based on this one, we have divided not applicable, so there is no activity rate. So this is called the activity rate or second stage allocation. So first you find out the cost pools and then divide those cost pools according to their driver. That would be given to you. Or you need to pick up, question will mention that, but you need to be smart enough to pick, okay, this would belong to orders, design change belong to changes, order size belong to machine hours. So it will be already given to you, don't worry about that. So